Last time we did this, I said that I would talk about another issue called the move to amend the U.S. Constitution to revoke corporate personhood. And let me give you a little background on why this is a good issue and why we need to talk about it. Corporations are not people. They're created by people. And you know, I can show you what a corporation looks like. Here's what it looks like. It's just that much paper and a fee with the Secretary of State, and you have the creation of a corporation. Well, corporations aren't people. They have no soul, they have no ethics, and they're profit motivated. So you have corporations like BP who have desecrated the environment and the economy in the Gulf area, and they have no compunction about hiring the best lawyers to try and get out of paying any fees for damages and so forth. So again, corporations aren't people, and I think anybody that has got their head on halfway straight can understand that. Corporations have used the First Amendment, which is part of this their people thing, to strike down state and federal laws on the environment, on health care, on almost anything that people think are important. They're not important to corporations because they attack their profits, they cost them money, and so they are interested in, again, the profit margin. Corporations, campaign laws were designed to force corporations to restrict their contributions to politicians and candidates. And those campaign laws worked reasonably well. But recently, in the Citizens United versus FEC, the corporations have managed to strike down at least the intent of most of these campaign laws. And that's allowed them to open their floodgates, their treasury, to a floodgate of political contributions which can influence politics locally as well as nationally. What's the local impact of that? The local impact is that my opponent, the incumbent for this office, has almost 90% or over 90% of his political contributions coming from corporations. And remember, those are the entities that only care about profits. They don't care about you and me. So over 90% of his contributions in the past 10 years have come from corporations. So this is why it's important. It's also important to remember that while the legislature was considering clean water laws, which would cost BP over $200,000 a day if enacted, while they were considering that, the incumbent met with the lobbyist for BP over 6 times, apparently to discuss legislation. We'll never know, but we do know that the legislature did not pass the Clean Water Act for the state of Washington. So that's why it's important at a local level. The issue is the move to amend the U.S. Constitution that I'm talking about today. It's a nationwide issue, a nationwide movement to amend the Constitution to eliminate corporate personhood, which would, by definition, eliminate their these massive contributions that they're allowed to make under this current Supreme Court decision, and otherwise cause them to be relegated to what they really are, a piece of paper in somebody's file. So what can you do? You can go to the website www.movetoamend.org and you can sign the petition. And if you feel really, really strongly about this issue, you can do what I did, and that is write your legislature. You can talk to your friends about this issue. You can otherwise just be aware of what this issue is, educate yourself, and spend 5 minutes talking to your friends about it. What I will do, when elected, I will speak out against corporate personhood. I will support the national legislation to amend the corporation so that the corporate personhood is taken away. And when this constitutional amendment is passed, as I'm hopeful it will, I will vote for, oh, okay, and when it's passed, it comes to the state for ratification, and I will vote for that issue when it comes to this to the state. Is this some sort of harebrained scheme? I don't think so. I think there are a lot of very intelligent people that are behind this movement. I know the National Green Party supports this, the Alliance for Democracy, and a long, long list of other well-known organizations. So join me in supporting this issue. I'd like to close by asking you to give me your vote for Representative, 40th District, Position 2, Howard Pellet. I will promise you that your government will be a little bit different if you elect me. Thank you.